Beach FM, locals talking to locals.
Beach FM, and he's back. Ralph McAlister, good morning and welcome to you.
Beautiful, beautiful day again, isn't it?
Well, yes, we've certainly had a bit of wind recently. I imagine that there's been a bit of surf up at Paikakariki recently.
Oh, I can see it from where I'm talking to you, John. It's just dramatic, you know. And of course, it's spring, isn't it?
Well, that's right. Yes.
What if it's spring is here? Why doesn't the moon entice me? Spring is here. Why doesn't the something delight me? Maybe it's because nobody loves me. You know that old song.
Actually, on a day, the kind of day we've had recently with all the wind, it certainly does illustrate the fact why it's so fascinating to live by the sea, because of its ever-changing character. But it's so dramatic on the windy days, isn't it?
Yeah. And of course, it lulls me to sleep every night, and I wake up to the noise every morning, and it's just so beautiful, you know.
Wonderful.
Yes, books. Were we going to talk about books?
Well, why not? Let's move from the idyllic location in which you live into books. Is the book idyllic or not?
Well, here we go. Sally Rooney, Normal People, has been a great big bestseller.
Yes.
It's over 1 million copies, and I don't know why, but I kept putting it off when it came out. I'm not quite sure, but now I know why, because apart from the fact that 1 million copies, the buyers can't be wrong, except I think they might be, I just found this particular coming-of-age novel, not another one, I thought, but here we go. No, I've no cynicism. And it describes the on-again, off-again relationship between two 17-year-olds at high school in Ireland. And that's the story. The story is their on-again, off-again, lots of sex, lots of sort of hesitations, lots of changing. I don't love you anymore. I'm not interested, you know.
Yes.
And I shouldn't say it, but I shall. I just started being convinced that it might be more exciting if I watched paint dry.
Oh,
you
no.
know? It just... and I don't want to put people off, because I know there are a lot of people, particularly, I don't know if younger people will be fascinated by it, but lots of readers obviously have enjoyed it. And this is a second book, but in no way am I going to read the first one unless somebody drags me screaming to the table and says read it, you know. But so it's a bit of a miss. But then, of course, I've had so many other wonderful books lately, and I've raved about to you, and I've just realised, and I got halfway through yesterday, Mick Herron, that's Herron. I adore his work. He's a thriller writer, but he's a writer with a marvellous sort of sense of humour, and he's English. And he's written a series by Jackson Lamb, and I've read every one of the 6 of them. But I'd forgotten that before he got onto those, he wrote another few about another character, not Jackson Lamb, but Zoe Bond. So I've just been reading the first one of that, which is called Down Cemetery Road. And believe it or not, it was published in 2003. That's almost 20 years ago, as you might well calculate. And I'm enjoying it hugely. And the good thing is, I see by the flyleaf that there are another 3 that I will now read. They've just been republished. So it's not the most modern of recommendations about Herron's early work, but it is, because he shows all the talent that he shows in the later books, which have all become bestsellers, starting with Slow Horses, which is about inefficient has-been spies who've been put out to seed in a terrible ramshackle place in London. And they're so funny, and they're just so clever. Wow. So I'm going to just keep raving about Mick Herron every time I'm allowed to. And the first one is, I know Paper Plus now because that's where I got it. And I'd highly recommend it for readers who want a bit of escapism, as perhaps a lot of us do in this sort of time of gloom and doom. But the sun is out, the wind is going, the surf is going even better. And on that note, I shall go and have my coffee, if you don't mind.
Well, I don't mind at all. Thank you so much for joining us once again. Mick Heron saves the day with Ralph McAlister. Lovely to talk to you, Ralph. Thank you so much for your kind company. And I do hope we can talk again sometime. Thank you, my friend.
Oh, we shall.
106.3 Beach FM.